bee escapes. That's what this is right here. Everything above that bee escape goes in a couple days. You have 4 boxes there. Plus 1 right there is 5. Plus 3 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. Plus 3 more over there is 13. That's a lot of dang honey this early in the year out here at Honey Hill Farm. How we get them set up, stay tuned, watch and see. Let me know what you think. Let's go. I'm back out here at Honey Hill Farm. It's the 22nd of April. Decided to go ahead and harvest these hives this weekend, probably Friday. Today's Wednesday. These are the hives I did the video on a little while back. We put the queen excluder in. So I'm here, gonna put these bee escapes on them and try out this technique. Gonna get in them and see how they're doing. So I'm kind of excited about it. We'll see how they work. I hope they work well. I've had a lot of good suggestions on my video as to how to do it. We'll just do the best we can. If I flip this thing around, you can see what the bee escapes look like and what I'm talking about. I ordered 30 of these from Man Lake. They come in individually packaged like this. Of course, the advantage to Man Lake is, I know differing opinions, but they have that free shipping, which really helps. The idea is that these, you put the boxes you want to harvest above this bee escape. The bees can go down through this hole. There's a screen here, so I guess they can smell the hive below. And they can't escape except for through this hole right here. On the bottom of it, it's got this triangle shape right here. The hole in the middle, of course, they can come down through this screen, so they can't get back up through the hole. And there's 3 corners right here. The bees can find their way out, but they really just about can't find their way back in. And so I've heard these work well. We're gonna try them out. I think that I've seen some videos on this style. There's another style that has from Saracell, and others that have like individual, like little, I'm not sure how to describe it, little funnels kind of that the bees go out of. There's like 6 or 8 of them or more along the sides here. Similar idea, different design. I actually have one of those. I have a Saracell one that I'm gonna try on another hive. I just didn't bring it with me today. But we'll get set up here. I'm gonna probably just go into the same hive I did the other day. I think it was that one right there in the middle. And I haven't been in them since then. So we'll see if the bees are still above the queen excluder. And then we'll see if we can get some of these escape boards put in the hives. You can see I have the bee escapes laid out here for these 5 hives right here. And this one right here is questionable. I don't know if there's enough in here to harvest. It's just kind of been struggling a little bit. I may just leave it alone. I do have the queen excluder on there with that top box, but probably just gonna leave them alone. But we'll be pulling some from all these hives. Some of these have 3 and even 4 boxes of capped honey on them. So we're gonna get them set up. We're just about set up here. Here's the tripod right here. If you'll see, there's been something digging out here. I think it's probably armadillos. We got a lot of those around here, right in front of this hive. So I'm gonna use that little nuke box there to kind of stack the boxes on. The bee escape is leaning against the hive. I have duct tape there to seal up any entrances or holes in the hive to keep the bees out once we get the bee escape on. Of course, the smoker. I got my hive tool and all that good stuff. Okay, I did want to tell you all about something else that I got here. It's from Simple Harmony Farms. I got their uncapped. We're going to try it. I also got this Hive Tool from them. Going to try it out today. It's 12 bucks. It's got a little clip. You can clip it to your belt. The idea is that when you pry the boxes back, you can slide it under one side while you pry the other side up. You can use it to smoke the bees, or just kind of as an assistant, as a second set of, well, you say second set of hands. It's not really a set of hands, but it's another tool to kind of help you get the boxes off easier. Thought I'd try it. It was only 12 bucks, so what the heck. I'm gonna clip it on my belt here and I'll use it as I think I need to. Let's break into these girls here. There's a few bees up here. So they stayed above the queen excluder. They didn't leave or evacuate the top boxes, which is good. What I'm going to try to do is get all the boxes of honey that are ready to take on the top. This top box right here, I actually found an extra box on another hive that wasn't really being filled out, and it's mostly foundation. There are a couple frames, they're drawing it out in the middle. Looks like amazing bees. That's why I gotta get this honey off of here. I gotta get this honey off of here so they can refill it, hopefully. But take this up so you can see. There's a couple frames, like I say, in the middle. They may have already started drawing them out in the other hive they were on, but these bees just needed some space, so I put them on here. Alright, so this box right here, this we're going to do next. I'll set this over here. It's one of the boxes completely full of honey. I'll try this little tool out here. Can't see it, but I'm just going to wedge it underneath the box. Holds up that side while I get the frames down here. And then, if you can tell, I don't know if you can see or not, it's underneath the box here. It's hanging on my belt, so when I pull the box off, it'll just drop down. Alright, so raise it up. Yep, still just like it was the other day. And this is going to work good. And get these this next box for sure, maybe the one below it, ready to go basically. And so I'm gonna put the box that has the foundation in it on the bottom, just above the queen excluder. That'll give the bees some place to escape, so to speak, from underneath the bee escape. Helps if I put it in under the right box. Sure all the frames are released, and they are. If any of you have tried this Simple Harmony Hive Tool out, have any particular uses that you really like to use it for, let me know. There is a possibility there might be a couple of boxes or a couple of frames on the outside that aren't fully capped, but it's at least 90% capped. And this box is fully capped honey. So we do have a few bees up here. They're still kind of working it and tending to it. Fully capped honey. So put it right here. Now I'm going to put this box that has where the bees are starting to fill it out. They've got a couple frames that have honey in them. Starting to maybe dry out the others a little bit. It's got this yellow, it's got a little bit of, like some of it's got this yellow foundation in it. I really don't care for this. I'm not sure where I got it. I got it from my mentor. This is what they use. And it's also got a frame here of old wax foundation, which I don't really use anymore. So maybe they'll go ahead and draw it out and fill it up. But this box is going on the bottom because they still got some work to do on it. And I believe the bees will go through the bee escape down into there and hopefully just start working there. We'll see. So now I got the bee escape. Once again, it's bee escape. Bees can go down through here like this into the box below. And it's got these corners here, kind of like a little maze or labyrinth. So the bees probably won't be able to find their way back in, or theoretically they won't. Let's put this right here. And then I'm simply going to stack the frames of honey, or stack the boxes of honey back on here. And hopefully the bees will go down through here out of the bee escape. I'm going to leave this on here for about 48 hours. We don't want to leave it on there much longer than that. just because I don't like honey to be unattended much longer than that because of, and I haven't seen many hive beetles in these hives, but if hive beetles have a chance to run rampant in a hive in honey, they can make a mess of it. So very simply, very gently, just put this box back on here, the bees and all. Don't have to shake them out, don't have to blow them out, don't have to smoke them out, don't have to brush them out. The idea hopefully is that they'll just go right through that bee escape and think they're just doing what they need to do and won't even be upset or agitated about anything. And then when I come back in a couple of days, I just pull these boxes off, hopefully empty of bees, put them on the truck and go. Then when I come back, just remove the bee escape and put the boxes back on there, and they can fill them back up. That's the idea and the theory anyway. I just hate having to go through every frame in a hive, shake or brush all the bees off, and it's just, to me, it's like twice the work. I'd rather just pick up the boxes like this. It's just so much, I just don't like doing that. I don't like the trauma to the bees. It wears me out going through every frame. So that's why I'm utilizing this technique this time of first of all putting the queen excluder in to make sure she's out of there, and second of all using the bee escape, because it's a pain to try to manage and deal with brood and everything when you're trying to take honey off a hive. I just don't like doing it. Some people don't mind, and I haven't ever done it before. But it seems like so far on this first hive I've looked in since I did this, my ideas are working pretty good. Lid on here. I'm actually going to scrape some of that wax off. I'm just curious to see how this is going to work. I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's going to work okay, and that was quick and easy. If it works, I've got myself a new technique here. Okay, so now I'm going to take some tape right here, some duct tape, around any entrances they might be able to get in holes like this right here on this corner. I saw this technique, I think it was from Devin Ron in Canada. Also Ian up in the Canadian Beekeepers blog also uses these bee escapes. He uses a different style though, kind of like the Saracel one, kind of that type of escape, but his are wood and Saracels are plastic. So they've got some little cracks up here in the top they can get through, so I'm going to seal all that off. Any cracks they might have. While I'm doing this, I got a couple of guys that started following a little bit on YouTube, trying to get their channels going along with me. One of them is Brian up in his channel is Backyard, I think it's Backyard Beekeeping North Carolina or Backyard Beekeeping NC. I like his style. He just kind of matter of fact. He's not a man of a lot of words, but he's a young guy, he's a second year beekeeper. Just trying to get things figured out, and I think he's got a lot figured out. He's a lot farther ahead than I was in my second year. He's doing pretty good. And then another guy is Rusty Norris, Herding Bees with Rusty and Mike. You can check his channel out. They're both, I think, featured on they're both in the featured list on my home YouTube page. Another guy that's kind of trying to get working on it is Coles Farm, North Carolina, Coles Farm NC, Backyard Beekeeping. If y'all get a chance, check out their channels. If you like it, subscribe to them. I know they'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd sure appreciate it if you would. And close it off now. We got this thing stacked up. That was easy. That, you know, if I wouldn't have been talking, that would have taken like less than 5 minutes, probably, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. To remove all the supers above the queen excluder, to put the super that they still have some room in to work, to put it on the bottom, just above the queen excluder, and any honey I'm going to harvest in a couple of days above this bee escape right here. Hopefully within 24 to 48 hours, the bees will leave out of these 3 supers. We're going to see how that works. Won't be able to get back up and in, and I can just come and lift this box up, take it to the truck. Lift this box up, take it to the truck, and lift the 3rd box up, take it to the truck, and go. Now some of these hives out here have 4 boxes full of honey. Some of them just have 1 or 2, or I can't remember exactly, but that's going to make my job so much easier when I come to get this. It's worth the extra trip out here to put this bee escape on. If it works, it's definitely worth it to me, not to have to shake and bump and brush and smoke and blow bees and go through every single frame. It's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, guys. I appreciate y'all watching the channel. Subscribe if you'd like. Thanks for watching Bruce's Bees. Hey, if you'd also hit a thumbs up button if you like the video, and hit that bell to get future notifications from me when new videos are put out, I would appreciate it. I was Bruce, signing off from out here at Honey Hill Farm. Gonna harvest these bad boys in a couple days. Thanks for watching Bruce's Bees. On to the next video.